Hi and welcome to today's story time at Torquay Books. Today we have the lovely Renee Treml reading maybe 3 or 4 of her books today, which we're so lucky to have. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land, the Wadawurrung and Eastern Maar people, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. Renee will be signing her books, so if you're in the area and would like to pick up one of these beautiful books, you can come in to Torquay Books, and I'll hand over to Renee.
Thanks, Michelle, and thank you, Surf Coast Arts Trail, for giving us this opportunity for story time, and to Torquay Books for, of course, letting us come in here and be in this beautiful setting. I promise to read brand new books today, and I'm going to start right off, just jump into books. We're going to start with 10 Sleepy Sheep. And this book was published by Puffin Books, part of Penguin Random House Australia, and it's not available yet, so this is kind of a sneaky first peek read of my brand new book. This will be out next month in August. So I've got 10 Sleepy Sheep. Ooh, brand new book. 10 sleepy sheep walk back to the shed. 9 sleepy sheep. Oops. Silly me. 9 sleepy pups settle in bed. This one looks a little bit cheeky. 8 sleepy foals snuggle in close. 7 sleepy chicks tuck in their toes. See these nice fluffy baby chookies. 6 sleepy calves lie down for a rest. 5 sleepy ducklings curl up in a nest. 4 sleepy parrots murmur and preen. 3 sleepy lizards can barely be seen. These lizards are camouflaging and they're trying to hide in some of the scrub around the barn. 2 sleepy koalas snooze high in a tree. Oops, see, the first time I've read it, I'm making lots of mistakes today. 2 sleepy koalas sleep high in a gum. 1 sleepy joey returns to its mum. And that's my favorite page, a nice big snuggle with your mom before having a snooze. Nighttime has fallen and the farm is asleep. Time for you to count your sheep. That's a really fun story for bedtime. And it goes through an Australian bush farm. So we see the animals that might be on a farm, like some baby dairy cows, some baby horses or baby chickens. But we also see some of our native animals, like our parrots and our koalas that live in the wild around some of our farmland out in the bush. Now, I've promised you 2 new books, and that was the first one. And the second one I'm going to read is a special book that I illustrated. So I drew the pictures for this book, but I didn't write the words. The words for this book were written by the beautiful Janine Bryan, and you might remember her name if you think back to I'm a Dirty Dinosaur. That's one of her books as well. And she's got heaps of books, but she's written this lovely story and trusted me to draw all the pictures for it. This book is by Little Book Press, and it's going to be available in August too. So another sneak peek of this book, not been read before. And it's all about lots of different families of all kinds and all sizes and all shapes. It's Look Baby. This one's, there we go. Hey baby, look at the sea. Big waves are dancing for you and me. Let's take a minute to just take a pause on this page. What does our baby see? You might see a mama dolphin and a baby dolphin, a sea turtle out in the ocean. Might see shells and sand dollars washed up on the beach. Some of our plovers and gulls, or maybe a sand castle. This beach looks a lot like the beach that's just down the road from where we are right now in Torquay. And there's a reason for that. Okay. Hey, baby. Look at the sky. A bright ball of sun and clouds passing by. Oh, I see a rainbow too, and a little bit of a rain cloud. See some birds in the distance and even an airplane. Hey, baby, look at the ground. Pebbles and grass and insects all round. I see some pebbles and some grasses. I see a willy wagtail, some feathers, and even a praying mantis. Lots of things we might see if we take a minute to look where our feet are. Look at the ground around us. Hey, baby, look at the tree. Shiver, quiver leaves that shade you and me. See lots of things out here. This reminds me of the story we just read about a bush farm. I've got kangaroos out there with the sheep, maybe some parrots, a cockatoo, some little owls having a snooze. Hey, baby, look at the pond. A sparkle of water, a frog on a frond. Lots of things in our pond. If we stop and have a look, we might see baby ducks and a mama duck. We might see some really quiet birds that are hunting little fish. Might see lots of grasses and lilies and plants and some dragonflies and insects. Hey, baby, look at the... Oops. Hey, baby, look over there. Bubbles swirl rainbows into the air. Looks like we're having a party, and there's lots of things in here to see. We've got butterflies and daffodils and a kitty cat that might be hiding from this cheeky puppy that looks a lot like my puppy. Hey, baby, look up from your rug. Here we all are to give you a hug. And when we're done reading, you can go and back to all the pages and see if you can find all of these things that are hiding on the pages. So this book was written by Janine Bryan and illustrated by me. Now, those are two brand new books that aren't even in the bookstores yet. We have to wait until August. But I thought what would be fun is if we read one of my, or actually the very first book, the oldest book that I have in my collection. And this book is One Very Tired Wombat. And this is the very first book I ever wrote and the very first book I ever illustrated. It's got one tired wombat settles down to sleep. The morning's calm and quiet. Wombat doesn't hear a peep. Two curious curlews looking here and there. These silly sticky beaks are such a funny pair. And we talked about, or I guess we haven't, have we talked about curlews when we looked at the Great Garden Mystery? And they are silly birds with big yellow eyes. We can see them out in the bush and all around Australia. Three furtive frogmouths sit still like figurines, with not a feather moving. They're sure they won't be seen. Four peaceful pigeons looking for a nest, quietly cuckooing. They'll let the wombat rest. Looks like Wombat's still able to have a nice snooze at this point. Five playful penguins giggling all the while slide down poor Wombat. Doesn't make him smile. Uh-oh, maybe not such a peaceful sleepy time for Wombat. Six mischief magpies, whose warbling fills the air, chatter, squawk, and sing away as if Wombat isn't there. You're all right. It's Under the Love Umbrella by Davina. And yeah. You're fine. 7 garish galahs, as noisy as a train. Poor tired wombat, these birds are such a pain. 8 bubbly budgies, a party with such flair. Ask them to be quiet, ha! They wouldn't even care. Uh-oh, looks like Wombat's getting a little frustrated. 9 cackling kookaburras, much louder than a tweet. Laugh and joke and chatter. Will Wombat ever fall asleep? Well, here's where things get in trouble. I don't know if you can see this picture, but Wombat's got something tickling his nose. 10 flittering fairy wrens. Now Wombat's had enough. 1 little feather tickles and... I'm gonna have a big sneeze, so if everyone can help me out, we need to do our ah, ah, chew. Uh-oh, looks like you blew all the birds away. 10 fairies fly away, 9 cuckoos bid good day, 8 budgies twitter by, 7 galahs are quick to fly. 6 Maggies sing hurroo, 5 penguins slide off too, 4 pigeons gone in a flash. Did anyone see 3 frogmouths dash? With a last look back, 2 curlews walk away. Oh, and Wombat is alone again at the end of the day. Oh, what a nice, sounds like Wombat's finally going to get some sleep. Maybe not. 1 very tired Wombat. Time to get some rest. He needs to catch up on his sleep if he's to be his best. I hope the owl's quiet, but looks like they may have brought all of their friends. And if we count them, there's going to be 11 there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Might be a whole nother story there for Wombat. Well, it's been fun doing all of these counting books and our new books today. And I'm going to read one last counting book because we're on a little bit of a theme here. But I want to end on a book that is a nice sleepy book in case any of you need to have a nap after story time. And if not, maybe just have a nice relax and listen to our story. Maybe snuggle in and grab a blanket or your favorite toy. It's a nice, short little sweet one called 10 Little Owls. Now this book is about a lot of our animals who are awake at night. These are our nocturnal animals, which means when the rest of us are sleeping, they're out hunting or eating or playing. So let's have a look. And our moon is setting. Our moon is starting to rise now. The start of the nighttime. And 1 little wombat wakes from his rest. 2 little hopping mice hop from their nest. Look, everybody's waking up now that the moon is coming out. 3 little quolls go out on the prowl. 4 little devils yip, yowl, and growl. These are our Tassie devils, Tasmanian devils, which are found down in Tasmania. And these little guys, you might not know them, they're called quolls. And a quoll is found in a lot of kind of dense forest areas. And they're very secretive and very shy. And we don't normally see them when you're out and about. So let's see, we're on number 5, if you can remember. We're on 5 little gliders. Sip nectar from a tree. 6 little fur seals swim in the sea. 7 little fruit bats share a fresh peach. And 8 little penguins frolic at the beach. 9 little dingoes howl at the moon, boo! And 10 little owls hoot a good night tune. And you can all do a little hoot hoot at home, hoo hoo, or twit to boo. 1 tired wombat returns to his bed. Good night, sleep tight, little sleepy head. We see Wombat, he's going to sleep just as the sun is coming up when the rest of us are starting to wake up. So this was my story about the nocturnal animals. And we've had lots of different stories today, lots of counting stories. And if you've missed any of the stories that we've been reading at Storytimes this month, you can find them on Facebook through the Surf Coast Arch Trail Facebook page. But thanks for having us, Torquay Books, and thank you, Surf Coast Arch Trail, for the amazing organization. Thank you.